opens the door for completely natural character and camera control using two independent joysticks on the right and left navigation controllers. This familiar dual joystick character control is now greatly enhanced with the PlayStation Move's revolutionary 3D tracking, giving the player the ability to reach out and interact with the game world and objects in a way that feels perfectly natural to perform. Having top and bottom trigger buttons on each of the navigation controllers allows for very familiar button mapping as dual joystick controllers, and gives us the opportunity to now use the bottom trigger buttons to control the left and right closing of your character's hands. Using these trigger buttons, alongside the 3D tracking of the PlayStation Move, the player can now reach into the game world and interact with objects with precision and ease. We want to create unique gameplay situations that constantly require the player to interact with the game world and objects, and now even simple tasks such as opening and closing doors will be blended into gameplay so that the player will in time become so familiar with these situations that when they come up to a door, they will automatically put their arm out to interact with it. At Playhouse, we want to eliminate occurrences where the player has actually stopped playing the game and is now watching their character perform maneuvers that they are not capable of performing on their own. What would typically be played out in a game situation with a single button press followed by a series of animations can now be played out through seamless interactive gameplay, as nearly every action in the game can be accomplished using one-to-one motion control of both arms while being able to move your character and look around to navigate. Hand gestures are another aspect we would like to introduce, as squeezing the navigation bottom trigger in different areas may lead to different hand gestures. Here we would want to use our pointer finger to reach out and interact with the button on the panel. As we make our way down into the darkness, we can press on the circle button of either navigation controller to activate our flashlight. While we know this certainly isn't the first use of a motion-controlled flashlight in a video game, we actually feel it's the most natural feeling, since you have the ability to shine the flashlight in directions independent of the way the camera is facing, allowing you to really zone in on the areas you want to inspect, as well as create really cool lighting effects. Having the button options the dual play allows for, you're not just restricted to using the objects that you can reach out and grab. You are now also able to store certain items, and in this case, let's press X on either navigation controller to collect the locker items for later use. Let's stop here for a moment as I showcase the ability to reach down by your side with either hand and press on the left or right D-pad buttons to activate your primary or secondary weapons. This creates a really awesome feeling that you're actually grabbing these objects from your body and pulling them into the game world. The circle button can now be used to activate cool aiming features for each weapon, and in this case it will be turning on a red dot laser sight, allowing for truly exceptional aiming control of both hands. As we proceed to the ledge, we can see we have activated a turret, but we should be able to handle this situation easily by pulling out a shield with our left hand to block the shots, and with our right arm, we are going to reach around from behind the shield to take out the target. The PlayStation Move allows for unique camera opportunities, where now we can implement situational uses where the camera has been attached to the PlayStation Move's movement, and here we are using it as an action camera, giving a really dynamic view of the gun's movements as it is repositioned strategically to take out the remaining targets. Let's continue on out of this area and creep into the last scene as we conclude our dual play tech demo.